What's interesting, I think, is the dynamics between the UK factory and the China factory. The UK factory, although we've seen growth, it's much more in the scale of the growth we would expect within a UK industrial business. It's certainly less than 10% a year. In China, we've seen in excess of 35-40% a year. And China has quickly become the very big sister to the UK factory, and become much, much stronger in terms of its knowledge and its experience than I think even the UK has. The difference between our manufacturing facility and the quality of the product that we supply in China and many of our competitors in China, particularly the local competitors, is I believe that we have a much higher degree of quality control throughout the manufacturing process of the product. And that's all the way from selecting our supplier, through manufacturing, through training the people so they can do a job properly, and the service and support that we offer afterwards. It's all too easy, I think, to supply a product like a fan out and do it cheaply. And that's one thing we've always tried to avoid, to sell a fan at a particular price that the customer is demanding. There's a price we won't go below because it will impact the quality and the safety of our product. Well, when we first set up China 15, 16 years ago, we set it up for both internal and external markets. And initially, for the first 5, 7, 8 years, I should think about 40% of our business was being exported. But the profitability on jobs we exported started being eroded away as our costs in China were increasing, and duties and tariffs in other part of the world were increasing to Chinese-made goods. So we turned much more heavily in the later years, the last 5, 6 years, to just focusing internally on the China market, which is buoyant and a lot more profitable for us than chasing things outside China. We see different factors influencing the growth of our business in the different geographies. One of them is, particularly in China, we see a lot of socio-economic changes that influence the sale of our product into different industrial zones. For instance, we see a lot more fans being sold into the baby food market, where they dry milk into a baby powder. Now the Chinese mother has to go out to work, she has to rely so much more on baby powder. And we also see at the other end of the baby diaper. The baby diaper is now being manufactured in a lot more volume in China than ever it was before, because again, the baby is at home with a nanny or whatever. And baby diaper manufacturing incorporates a lot of fans, as does the automotive sector. Since we opened up the Chinese factories and the Chinese market opened to us, what we found is that the Chinese applications wanted to run faster, hotter, in a more aggressive chemicals, more explosive environment than any that we'd seen before in the UK or in the USA. So what that made us do was invest more in R&D. And principally, we do most of our R&D here in the UK. Our chief engineer is based here in the UK, and also we get good tax benefits by carrying out R&D here in the UK. The benefit to our whole organisation, whether it's the USA, UK or China, is that China has increased our range of fans that we can offer immensely. Before China came along, we was playing in a small town league. Since China opened, and it opened us to a much bigger market and environment, we're now playing in that Premier League and have the fan range to meet the needs of that marketplace.